Hello everybody, it is your favorite tech support, Sue! And today I'm back with another video. So today I will be showing you how you can reduce the lag and glitches that are happening with your Apple device with iOS 15 or iPadOS 15. So let's just get straight into it. So for the first tip is to make sure that you have a gigabyte storage left, meaning you have enough storage space. Now, technically, I would suggest that you have more than this, but 1 GB, as long as you have 1 GB, that's the least you can have. You should not be experiencing that many lagging. Anyway, if you go to settings now, what you're going to do is when you go into settings, I want you to go to your general, and now I want you to go to your iPhone storage. And now you'll be like, yeah, tech support, obviously, like you need like good storage space. But here's the thing, like look at my phone, right? I have 25 gigabytes, which is actually taken from my 64 gigabyte device, right? And my iPhone always performs at peak performance, right? So you should be doing this too. And to do this, you can delete your photos that you don't need. A lot of people forget to delete their photos from recently deleted, or you can just back up a lot of your photos to your computer and then delete it from your phone and so on, right? There are these ways that you can do, but I don't know the troubles of you. You just have to figure out on your own. The second one is that for the second tip, what my suggestion is that you turn off JavaScript option in Safari to boost performance on Safari. To give a little bit of context, all of your signing in options and options where you actually have to use really different types of
interactive elements.
systems. For example, like signing in needs Java now. So if you don't have that option enabled, you won't be able to use sign in button on Google if you're on an Apple phone. So I'll just show you what it is quickly. Okay. So if you go and if you search Safari, okay, yeah, Safari, and now you go to the bottom, it says advanced, right? Now what you can do is you can actually turn this off on your iPad or on your phone. This works for either one on an iPad or either on your iPhone. So as you can see, somebody is still spamming in my group chat. So please don't mind if the numbers get leaked. I genuinely don't care again. Okay. But anyway, what turning off your JavaScript will do is basically it will make sure that all of your, since you're not signed on anything, all of your information that's saved on your account will not be running in the background anyway, right? That's unless you have tabs open in the background, which will also save cache memory, but we'll get to that in a moment. So what this will do, turning this off, would make sure that you have a boosted performance when you're doing something on Safari, such as gaming on Safari in case you do something like cool math games. Don't ask me. Like there are a lot of weird people out there. But this will have side effects like you won't be able to sign in, which I don't recommend. So I should say keep it on. But if you are not going to use any signing in options, then yeah. This is definitely a good option. And the third one is you need to make sure that your automatic updates are off. The third tip is that you need to make sure your automatic updates are off because there can be an error in the updated version of the operating system of iOS. Like, like iOS 14 and iOS 15 may have some glitches and bugs when they just released. But also, this won't kill your device, but it may slow it down a little. So anyway, what you're going to do now is you're going to go to General and we're going to go to Software Update. And see here you have automatic updates. You can turn these options off. so you can select them when you want them. I even though I have it on because I still think that I should this should be updating on its own because I don't really use that many video games, or I don't have that many video games on my phone. But it will still like tell you like we want to update now, and that can always be annoying and running in the background. So tip number four is emptying your cache memory by closing tabs and deleting website data. Remember when I said that you should also like clear up your cache memory? So the way it works is if you are going to clear up the cache memory, which is the temporary memory, like from your websites and all of that, you can actually uh, affect a lot of your performance by this. So here's what you can do. So you can go to Safari, okay, and you can go to Advanced, where we turned off and on JavaScript from. Now I want you to click on website data, and you see here, 736 KB. That is 10 times the amount that an Android user would find useful, right? So like remove all website data, and boom, there is enough storage space for a Samsung Galaxy to fit in here. And actually, this saves a lot of cache memory, man. Like a lot of the websites, they have your data and they are using them, and like the website's running in the background. It can be really annoying, man. Like, yeah, come on, dude.
I would just like to quickly point out before we get to the next tip that you can also just simply delete your search history and just delete all your data from without having to access one section.
So the fifth uh, thing is that your option for background refreshing can also cause this. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. So for the fifth one, it's if you go on your general again and you go inside of your background app refresh option, you can see I have all of these applications which have background app refresh. And as you can read that it basically allows app to like when you're connected to Wi-Fi or your data, whatever, that it basically allows them to refresh and run in the background. And as you can see, it says that turning off apps may help preserve battery life. That's a tip for battery, but in case you're anyone wondering, but there's also a case for performance because when your applications are running in the background, what your CPU will do is it will actually uh, go use some of its cores to operate on these in the background. Right? And since you're not using them, they're going to be idle and do nothing. And this can be really bad for your performance, like really bad. But again, same thing. I think background app refresh is another important thing. You shouldn't be turning this off really on everything. But if you have something like books, you can turn it off there. I'll just keep it on because I use them. So for the sixth tip is that you can turn off a notification that you don't need. And this also applies for window. And guys, when I say that this is the one of the most important things you can do, I mean this is the most important things you can do. So for the same reason as background app refresh, where they're still running in the background, you still have notifications which will still be present somewhere. So in case you get a message or you get a warning or something, anything like that, it will come straight to you, and it will always be ready. Ready in the technical sense that the notifications will always be ready to launch once the application or site has decided which message to send, like an error message or warning message or whatever. Right. So for this, what you can do is you can go into the notifications option in settings, and you can select all of these options because as you know, there are banners, sounds, and badges. Now you can turn some of these off, or you can turn them off completely on a few applications. For example, I am not using my WhatsApp now, right? So I can just turn it off. So in that sense, yeah. Now for the seventh tip and the last tip, this is a paid method. Okay, this is a paid method. But if you have the Apple developers account, what you can do is you can select another option of iOS or iPadOS and install that. Right. But the only issue is that it costs $100 or 100 like me it was like 90 quid, or like I'm just saying, man, 8,000 rupees does not sound so worth of downgrading your operating system just because you want a fast performance on something else. Because as we know that when operating systems come out, it takes them at least like a few months to settle down, or if maybe even a few weeks to actually for them to be in the developers to be in motion and actually improve what's happening in the operating system. But we forgive them for that, right? But anyway, guys, I'm so sorry if there were any confusions. If there were any confusions, please leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. I'm just kidding. You don't need to do nothing of that because tech support will be here no matter you support or don't support. So, and I will meet you in the next video. So.
Also, before you click off really quickly, I just have to tell you that enhancing and decreasing the amount of bugs you have in your operating system is not really that necessary. Like all these options I showed you, you had to sacrifice one thing or the other. You just have to either give it some time, or it is okay. Like it is okay to only run 2 times faster than an Android. It's okay to only be able to run a video game. Android people can't even do that. They can't even run the Snake game. Are you getting me? Like like we have 60 fps on iPhone, like minimum, and Android is supposed to have 120 but they barely get 5. So with that in mind, I think you should also really appreciate your device and what it's doing for you. Like you don't have to be all the times better than Android at everything, am I right? Even though you're still only like 2 times better, but we are normally 10 times better, so who cares? Also, if any of you Android fanboys want to come at me, I would love to see you fight in the comment section. Thank you.